Hello everyone. So today again we are going to review another tool. This is Dongcheng's trimmer, wood trimmer, and it is a portable handheld trimmer, quite compact in size. I just quickly want to show you the specifications that are mentioned on the box. As you can see, it is Dongcheng model DPM02, and you can see the model number and everything mentioned here. And on the box it says that it's a 350 watt motor, and the RPM is quite high, that is 30,000 rotations per minute. So it's a compact trimmer, and you can see the price. This is, I bought it last year and I've been using it for a while now, and if you can see the price of the trimmer mentioned on the box is 2322, that is in Indian currency. But I bought it for 1650 rupees, and in dollars it is around around somewhere like $20. So it's quite cheap, and you can see it's 6 mm trimmer. 6 mm, that means this is the bit size which fits in. So let's just quickly go ahead and see how the trimmer is. So as you can see, this is the trimmer, and it's quite small, quite handy, and it fits in my hand. It's quite heavy. And it's quite compact to work with. And basically this is how the hand trimmer should be. It should be small so that it's portable enough to do small work. And these are all the accessories that you get with the trimmer. First of all, starting with the manual. This is the manual which you get with the trimmer. It has all the details, and there is this warranty card and all. So you can see that if you want. And other than that, we have this attachment with it. This is the attachment which will help. This is the plate, the guiding plate, and all the screws which help us work with the trimmer. Along with this, we have the wrench. This we'll need to detach and attach the drill bits, the trimmer bits. And again we have two of these guides which will help us guide the trimmer along the corners. Right now we'll just go ahead and see how these work. Also this is the collet which you get with the trimmer. This helps us to attach the drill bits, and I had to buy an extra collet for this. This is the collet cone which I had to buy. Usually what the collet cone which you are getting with the trimmer is this one, and this is not 6 mm. I found it to be quite loose, and my bits were very loose, so they were not fitting inside. So I had to go ahead and buy this additional. This is also of Dongcheng. You'll get this thing also online. I'll leave the link of the same. This is a 6 mm collet which was fitting in perfectly. So this is quite a snug fit. You can see this fits quite well. And the one which is coming with the trimmer is quite loose. It just comes off, so it was not attaching properly, so I had to buy this one. So this is the one which is coming with the company is around 6.35 mm. So it's loose. You want something near 6 mm. So let's go ahead and see how do we. Also with this you get this extra carbon brushes, and I'll also show you how to change these carbon brushes. And this is the nut from where you will need to loosen it and change the carbon brushes. Okay, so when you want to use it, you need to put this jacket on and make sure that this wheel needs to fit in these grooves. So once that happens, you just loosen. You can adjust the width and make it tight using this screw. It is tight enough, you can bring the base protector down and up. You can see also we have these measurements here which is given in both inches and centimeters, but I don't find this to be very helpful, because once this is done, the height of the plate will also depend on the height of your bits. So usually this is not very helpful for me. So you can find it helpful if you are using some bits which are fitting in perfectly. So mine doesn't, so it's not perfect for me. After this is done, you need to put in your bits. So to put the bits inside, you need to first take your collet. Make sure you have taken your collet beforehand, and then you need to put your bit inside. once this is done, you can put this here like this. After this, you need to put this top screw and you need to tighten it. After this is done, you need to use these two wrenches, and the larger wrench goes on the top and the smaller wrench goes on at the bottom, and you can tighten the screw further using these two wrenches. So now you can see it's tight enough and the bit won't come out easily. After you have done this, you can adjust the height of your base plate as per your requirement. So after this, we can use these two guides further depending on our use. So I'll show you how to fit in these, what is the use of these two guides. This is a parallel guide, so it has multiple uses. So first use is as a parallel guide. So if you want to use this, what you can do is, first you have to take this end and we'll fix it here. You have to tighten this screw, make sure that these are at a level, these are leveled. Now once the screw is tight, this will be fixed at one place. And then we have to tighten this guide further, so that when if you want to fit it, this can block the plate at this end. So now this is blocking the plate at one end, and at one end we can use it for a parallel shape. So if we want to trim this end, or maybe if we want to make a parallel groove, we can use it using this guide. So now second use of this is, if we want to make a circular cut, we can take this out and we can reverse this plate. Okay, after this is held in its place, we can use a nail to block this end, and then we can use it for a circular shape. So this is the second use of this. So now let's see how to use a second assembly guide. Again, second assembly guide also you need to fix it here. So once this is fixed, you have to tighten this nut, and once this is tight enough, we need to make sure that with the help of these two nuts, we need to make sure that this bearing is directly above the bit. So what does this, and once this is directly above our bit, we can tighten the top screw, and we can tighten this screw. So now this is directly above, and what this will do is, once we will make the trim, this will help us guide the bit, and the bit won't go inside too much because of this bit. So now you need this attachment only when you have a bit which in itself doesn't have a bearing. But I have some bearings, so like this one already has a bearing in it, so for this you don't need this guide. But for bits like this which doesn't have a bearing and you need to work on the edge, you might need this. Otherwise, if you have these, so you can see this bearing is these two are same in thickness, but this has this guide. So in this case, I probably might not want this. So now I wanted to show you how to change the carbon brushes. So these are the extra carbon brushes, those that you get with in the box. And to change this, you can see this nut here. You just need to loosen this, and once this is out, you'll see the carbon brush comes out, and this is the brush. I don't need to change it right now, but if you want to change it, you just put the new brush inside, just like how you pulled it out, it will go inside itself. And make sure that you have unplugged the power also, and after that you just need to retighten the nut. So that's it for the video. Let me know in the comment section what do you feel about the machine. If you have already used it, do share your thoughts and experiences. I have been using it for a while and I find it quite good, and it solves my purpose. It's powerful enough and gives me quite clean shapes. Also, if you want to purchase any of the items that I have shown in this video, you might go on the below links and click on those links and purchase from those links. And also I'll be sharing below some of the projects that I have done using this machine, so also do watch those and let me know what do you think about them. Till then, thank you and see you again in the next video.